Welcome to Behind the Music with yours truly. Tonight, I'm excited to welcome into the studio Hegemon. Glad to be here. It's great to have you with us. We just finished watching your latest music video, Doubt Me. I think you're onto something here. I think you could definitely use some work though, but I liked it. So can you tell me, what was the inspiration behind this song? Like most of my music, inspiration comes from God and life experience. Just a backdrop. I know who I am. I know who God created me to be. I'm a child of His, and I'm not defined by money, success, the way I look, where I live. I'm defined by my relationship with Jesus Christ. He's got my back, and nothing is impossible for God. So when you walk alongside Him in your own life, you're basically unstoppable. And so shortly before I wrote this song, I had a conversation with someone where I was trying to explain some of this, and it wasn't bad, but sometimes you can just kind of tell, what people are thinking only by the way that they sound. And it was just one of those moments, and I was trying to explain myself, and I'm like thinking in my head, but you just don't understand. If it's not like, I just had a really hard time explaining myself. And it just brought up a lot of doubt even into my own mind. So when I started to write this song in the first verse, all that was in my head kind of comes out there, a response to that. And it just really sets the tone for the rest of the song. Can't say I relate, but you go on to say a lot of interesting things later in this song, that you're mentally ill. You have the devil in a pot, right? And you seem to get pretty upset towards the end of the song. Could you explain a little bit about that? Let's talk about it. Yeah, in one of my previous songs, Flex, I kind of talk about this generally, but here I'm specifically addressing Eminem because everything that I was hearing at the time, mainly there was this first grader who said his favorite song was Kill Shot. And you had the whole rap god, rap devil fight that happened, and Rap God just hit 1 billion views on YouTube. And then Eminem dropped Music to Be Murdered By, so I was listening to some of the tracks on there. I get that over-exaggeration is part of the rap game. I mean, you had Lil Wayne, who was the king, and then Eminem became the god, but you got old school Kanye saying, "What's God to a non-believer?" But in all seriousness, like, using God's name and taking His glory, that's not something He messes with, and especially when you've got kids quoting everything that you say. It's like with YouTube, you've got this situation now where you have to check this box if your content is made for kids, basically. And, there's a lot of fuss about that. So, but even if your content isn't made for kids, they're still getting their hands on it. They're still consuming it. So I like this billboard I see a lot. I drive by. It's the Spider-Verse movie, and it's with Peter Parker, and he's talking to Miles, and it says, "Everything you say and do creates an impact." Well, I'm pretty sure this is the last time I'll be interviewing you, but hey, let's go for gold. Final question. Supposedly this song has a Christian message. Can you explain that? It does. In this song, I'm trying to point out who the real enemy is. Paul says that we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against the spiritual forces in the heavenly realm. I don't have anything personal against Marshall Mathers. He's just the voice speaking profane things. It's like the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, where Isaiah is prophesying about the future nation of Babylon and Nebuchadnezzar, its king. And when you read that, you see, like, clearly, it's talking about him and the situation that he went through. But when you read it again and you're thinking of the context of the Elohim and the divine council, it clearly is speaking to Satan, because he was the first one to have pride, and it's his rebellion. Basically, when you're in rebellion to God, you're joining him, and you've become a pawn on his chessboard. So the thing is, we all have to repent, turn away from evil, to believe in Jesus, follow Jesus. Unfortunately, if we refuse, we're all headed for hell, and that's an eternity of pain and suffering. And it's uncomfortable. That's an uncomfortable truth. It's not something we want to talk about, but the battle's already raging, and you have to decide. And that's what I was trying to get at towards the end of the song. Who are you going to follow? Okay. I don't know if I'll be following you, but hey, everybody, that's all the time we have tonight. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll catch you later.